Hey folks, welcome back to my Ultra Moon Hardcore Nuzlocke. This is part 127, and in the last one, I continued on my journey to Pony Gauntlet, and I got the second last encounter of the entire run. And that was, of course, Ulysses the Dratini, something I'm very excited to use in the future, and I got it in that little puddle that you can see in the bottom left, the water where there's rippling fishing spot. So that's where I got Ulysses, but yeah, today I'm just going to continue on with the Pony Gauntlet. I believe I'm like a couple trainers away from reaching the end, and I might try to get the final encounter of the game today. But if it doesn't happen, I will do some team upgrades with evolutions and stuff like that, and I will show that on camera. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm going to show you the team that I'm going to be rocking for today. At least for the first battle, this is going to be the team that I have, and you'll see why. But leading the line today is Hummels the Crobat at level 63 with Acrobatics, Roost, Cross Poison and U-Turn. Has the Inner Focus ability, and I've given it the Citrus Berry for some recovery. The Acrobatics unfortunately will not hit very hard until the Citrus Berry is consumed. So I'm hoping that, I'm able to do some good damage with the other two moves that I have, and then Roost allows me to keep my HP as high as possible. Second up is another flying type team member in Podolsky the Talonflame at level 63 with Flare Blitz, Acrobatics, Steel Wing and Quick Attack. Has the Flame Body ability, and no item because I want Podolsky to do immediate damage with Acrobatics, and of course that does mean that it could be a bit of a glass cannon in this particular situation, but we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it does well. The three-peat of the flying types is complete with Badgetuber the Howlucha at level 63 with U-Turn, Brick Break, Acrobatics and Protect. Has the Unburden ability, and I've given it the Roselli Berry, which I believe I did mention last time as well. Well, what it does is it allows Howlucha to take a super effective fairy type move and reduce its damage by 50%, but then it consumes the berry. However, consuming the Roselli Berry allows my Acrobatics to double in power to 110 base power, along with activating my Unburden ability, which will allow my speed to be doubled as well. And it will make Badgetuber an absolute tank to hit, or a tank to hit with, I should say. Next up is a ground type, a returning Paulinia the Mudsdale at level 63 with Counter, Heavy Slam, Earthquake and Superpower. Has the Own Tempo ability, and I've given it the Leftovers item. The text seems to be cut off because of the angle of my camera, but it's got the lefty so it can continue to gain some HP every turn. Next up is a surprise inclusion of Van Boyton the Macago at level 63 with Body Slam, Recover, Protect and Earth Power. Has the Magma Armor ability and the Leftovers item attached, so the Protect and Leftovers combo works really well, along with the Recover spam that will allow me to continue to gain HP when I use it. However, it's really slow, right? So I'm hoping that I'm able to get some recovers off. And also, there's the Body Slam, which, will maybe allow for some kind of utility by paralyzing opponents. But we'll see how it goes. RNG will have to assist with that one. Funnily enough, Macago is a really important team member today, which is crazy, but anyway. And finally, I'm ending with Pizarro the Warrain at level 63. It's actually almost at level 64, so more than likely it's going to overlevel, but there's nothing I can do about that. It just means I won't be able to use it in the next major battle, which is okay, because I think I have everything I need for that one. So yeah, but it's got Surf, Ice Beam, Rest and Sleep Talk. The idea being that I have infinite recovery with Rest, and Sleep Talk still allows me to have offensive momentum if it of course goes for Surf or Ice Beam through Sleep Talk. Sometimes it will hit Rest, which will suck, but that's where the RNGesus will have to help me. It's got the Thick Fat ability, so it has a resistance to fire types and I don't know what, it's not quad resistance, it's like a double quad resistance to ice. So yeah, it's basically immune to ice type moves. And of course the Leftovers item for some added recovery for this fat boy or fat girl. Is that fatphobic? I don't know. Hopefully not. Okay, so one thing to note is that I will be changing my leads at least between the battles. But before I take on the battles, I haven't been keeping up with my Roto prize money stuff, so I'm gonna run them. As you can see, I have $4 million in this, but there's never enough money. So yeah. Okay, this is the first trainer. HeaHea! To be the strongest is an unfulfilled dream, but you must press on to get closer to it. Ha-hoo! It's a black belt. I hate black belts. They've cost me more Pokemon than any other trainer class combined. We're challenged by Black Belt Tracy with 2 Pokemon. Thankfully, his Pokemon are not fully EV trained, but he does have some real dangerous ones, and Howlucha is one of them. So of course, we lead with Hummels, who is a flying type as well, and in this case, I think Howlucha is faster because I do have a lot of EVs in HP, which makes my Crobat a little bit slower. I'm gonna go for an Acrobatics, however. Oh no, I am still faster. I guess he's not invested, right, in anything, so yeah, he goes for the SD, he gets greedy. That would have been a problem if he had led with this, but I'm just gonna take him out with another Acrobatics. Yeah, no priority from Howlucha. So down goes his Badge Tuber. That crit was unnecessary. Why didn't you get that in the first one, Hummels? Could have U-turned out of here, because he sends out a really dangerous Pokemon in Machamp. Now, as far as I know, this Machamp is Guts and not No Guard, but I could be wrong. I don't really know. Machamp does get Stone Edge, so if he has No Guard and uses Stone Edge, I'm in huge trouble. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna U-turn out, get some chip on Machamp along the way, and then go into, I think, Hummels. I'm thinking, yeah, because I don't think anything else really takes it that well. I'm gonna go, sorry, not Hummels, into Palinia, my bad. Mixing up my names, huh? So I go into Palinia. Scary Face? What the hell's that gonna do, bro? I wonder if he goes for a Dynamic Punch now. I think he probably does, right? Good thing is Palinia has good defense. I'm gonna Earthquake here. I think I can take one. Or he goes for the Bulk Up. Oof, this could be bad. I don't have a good special attacker on this squad today. Or the ones I do have are actually weak to fighting type. Oh, that's not good at all. It's like a 3-hit KO. Good God, he's going for another Bulk Up. Oof. I think he's just trying to OHKO me. I don't want to lose this. Oh, he's so close. Okay. I'm going to go for another EQ. Oh, he messed up. He should have gone for a Dynamic Punch. That would have done a lot of damage. I know I am bold-natured, so my attacks are actually not as powerful as you might think. But still would have done a lot of damage on +2 attack, right? And he just got greedy. This guy is greedy as hell. This is the greediest trainer in the world. He used Swords Dance, Bulk Up, and Scary Face. That's it. Whoa, training! I haven't done enough training! All you need is a little bit less greed, mate, and you do a lot more damage. And I received 6 grand. Excellent. So that's the first trainer done. He is the easier trainer of the lot, to be honest. Now for the second battle, I'm gonna actually change my leads to Van Boyton and Podolsky. This will matter a lot because the next coming battle is a double battle, and it is an absolute corker of a battle. As you can see, there is something over there, and these 2 trainers who are bouncing their balls are the ones I'm going to face. They are both fully EV trained in all of their Pokemon, as we see a Beware pacing up and down. Damn, just leaving a Beware to do that? It's crazy. But this is a very, very hard battle. I hope I do well here. Oh ho ho ho! We battle 50 times a day. I battle every day. There is no one who can match me in that. I don't know why I did that. So, this is an extremely difficult battle by veteran duo Tsunekatsu and Nobuko. Nobuko is the woman, Tsunekatsu is the guy. They have 6 Pokemon, so it's 3 versus 3. 3 from Nobuko, 3 from Tsunekatsu. And Tsunekatsu sends out Houndoom, Nobuko sends out Comfey. So they are sort of the way that these two sort of are supposed to behave is that Tsunekatsu, his side of the pitch is completely offensive focused, and Nobuko's side of the field is completely defensive focused. So the Comfey, for example, is max HP, max special defense. And it has, I think, Light Screen, it has Floral Healing, it does have not Dazzling Gleam, I think Draining Kiss, and one more move I can't really recall. Now the thing is that Comfey has the ability Triage, which gives it priority for healing type moves. So Nobuko is trying to keep Tsunekatsu's side of the field healthy with all of her moves, with Floral Healing and stuff, but can also give her priority for Draining Kiss. Houndoom, on the other hand, is much more straightforward, although that said, it's very dangerous. It's fully special attack and speed invested with the moves Flamethrower, it has Sludge Bomb, Dark Pulse, and I believe Shadow Ball. So that's why I led with 2 fire types, because all of the big moves, except for Dark Pulse, are resisted by Van Boyten and Podolsky. My idea for this whole battle is to use both my Pokemon to target down Tsunekatsu's side and beat him down and defeat him completely, and then convert this battle into a 2v1 against a slightly easier opponent to deal with, in my opinion, in Nobuko. But we will see how that all goes. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to Earth Power the Houndoom, and then Podolsky is going to Acrobatics the Houndoom as well. I'm not sure if I'm faster, because Podolsky does have a little bit of investment in HP, so I might go second here, but we'll see. Van Boyten is definitely the slowest on the pitch. Oh, Podolsky is faster. Oh, so close! Goes for the Dark Pulse into Van Boyten, could be flinched. Goes for the Light Screen, so he's trying to support. Nobuko's side of the field, Comfey, is trying to support. No flinches, excellent job. Down goes the Houndoom. This is great. Okay, cool. Van Boyten and Podolsky both gain points. I can't believe Van Boyten's actually useful in this battle, but the lefties allow me to keep gaining HP. And he sends out Magmortar. Now this Magmortar is really weird, because it's actually physical. Usually Magmortars come in a special variety, so max special attack and max speed. Look at this ugly motherfucker. But this guy is fully physical with, I believe, is it Fire Punch or Flare Blitz, Thunder Punch, and Brick Break. So I'm fairly sure that he's probably going for a Thunder Punch into Podolsky, or a Brick Break into Van Boyten. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to Protect with Van Boyten. I'm going to switch out the Podolsky into thinking maybe Palinia is a good option here, because Thunder Punch, right? Yeah, so Palinia. Comfey doesn't have a grass type move, which is good for me, or a grass type attacking move, I should say. Palinia will allow me to cover both bases. Van Boyten protects, gains some HP back, and he goes for the Brick Break into Van Boyten. Didn't go for the Thunder Punch. Comfey uses Sunny Day. This is going to soup up all of his moves, right? All of his powerful fire type moves. I believe he might go for another one. I'm trying to think what his last Pokemon is. Yeah, the last Pokemon will be a bit of a problem. I'm gonna try and recover here with Van Boyten to try and get some HP up. And then I don't want to use Earthquake though. Earthquake's gonna... Okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna switch out into Podolsky on the Brick Break. It's a little weird, but I think it may work. So I'm gonna go into Podolsky, and then Palinia will just Earthquake. This will allow me to hit both Magmortar and Comfey and avoid that damage on Van Boyten, because I can... Let me make sure I did this right. Okay, so what Van Boyten is going to switch out into Podolsky. Yes, switch out into Podolsky, and then Palinia will Earthquake. Okay, this should work. Yeah, Van Boyten out, Podolsky in. Uses Brick Break, goes into Podolsky. Doesn't do that much damage because I resist it. As the Comfey goes for the Draining Kiss. Maybe he doesn't have Triage then because it didn't... Oh, the Flame Body. Good job by Podolsky. Doesn't affect Podolsky. Good job. I mean, the Draining Kiss is a special move where it does make contact. So Magmortar goes down in a single hit. Excellent job by Palinia. Alright, Podolsky gains some points, as does Palinia. Comfey is gonna slowly go down. It's on a timer, but I think it's still good. And he has the most dangerous Pokemon on his team, which is Volcarona. Of course, we have a champion in Lewandowski on our own as well, so we know how good this Pokemon is. But this Volcarona has Bug Buzz, I think Flamethrower, and another thing I can't quite remember. I should have done more research on this. But he's fully special attack and speed invested, so he's going to do a lot of damage here. However, I don't believe he can do a ton to Podolsky. So I'm going to go straight into the acrobatics on the Volcarona. I'm going to switch out the Palinia because I'm scared of sun boosted, powerful moves here. He's not going to go for a Bug Buzz. I think he goes for a Flamethrower, to be honest. And I think Van Boyton does really well here because it 4 times resists it. So I'm going to go into Van Boyton, hoping to save Palinia. I'm not really scared of Van Boyton going down. Yeah, he uses Heat Wave. It hits both opponents. Ooh, they both take a lot of damage. But Podolsky, excellent job. It does the job on Volcarona, who goes down. Problem is Podolsky is really low. So I don't know how can he survive the Draining Kiss is the question. No, he goes to Van Boyton. Okay, this has worked out beautifully. Okay, brilliant. Look at that, Van Boyton value, everyone. Macago providing actual tangible value is crazy. Alright, Podolsky, it's time to switch out. You've done really well. I'm going to switch into Hummel's here. Hummels can take Draining Kiss all day. And then Van Boyton can simply protect and waste a Draining Kiss, allowing the burn to take hold and do some extra damage. Alright, Van Boyton with the protect. Great job by Van Boyton today, by the way. Goes for the Draining Kiss into the wrong Pokemon, of course. Okay, cool. Now, the light screen is off, which is cool. I'm going to cross poison into the Comfey, and Van Boyton is actually going to recover. I do believe Hummels is faster than Comfey. I think we saw that earlier, so I'm going to take the opportunity to recover on Van Boyton. Hummels with the cross poison should take out the Comfey. It's fully special defense oriented rather than physical defense. So this should do a lot of damage. Hummels over levels, unfortunately, 264, so cannot use it in the next major fight. That's okay, I suppose. And Boyton gains the point as well. And Boyton uses Recover. Look at that. I'm sorry, Van Boyton. I thought you were a terrible encounter, but you were actually pretty decent based on this fight alone. Van Boyton was the only Pokemon who did really well against both of them. And in comes a danger Pokemon from Nobuko. It's Whimsicott, everyone. This is, of course, a VGC World Champion Pokemon. Whimsicott is fantastic with its usability in the utility it provides. So Whimsicott usually has the Prankster ability, and this one I think is fully special attack and special defense oriented. It's also very good with its typing. It's got Fairy and Grass typing, and I think this one has Energy Ball and Moonblast and stuff like that. However, since it's Fairy and Grass type, all I have to do is hit it with the tiniest amount of poison, and it will be destroyed. And thankfully, Hummels has the Cross Poison to go with, and Van Boyton can simply protect, because I recovered last turn. So Van Boyton protects, so the Energy Ball that could probably be coming will not do anything, and I go for a Cross Poison. Down goes the Whimsicott as well. Another good strategy from me. Van Boyton gains the points, gets to 64. Also over levels as well. Geez, okay. Fine then. Only, again, this is a minor battle, not a major one, so this is okay. I just can't use him in the major battle. And she sends out Lilligant. This is her final Pokemon. This is max special attack, max speed with the Chlorophyll ability. So the sun that initially Nobuko set up with her Sunny Day was actually for Lilligant, so it could outspeed everything and try and hit things as hard as possible with Leaf Storm. That's not going to be happening though. I'm just going to go for a third Cross Poison and switch out from Lilligant into maybe Batchtuber, but Batchtuber is naive-natured. It's okay. I don't think she can kill Van Boyton here. I'm gonna double protect with Van Boyton, or I can just Body Slam, honestly. Why not? Body Slam the Lilligant. I'm faster. Cross Poison should KO this thing. Oh, it does not! But it does poison the Lilligant. Interesting. Oh, it used Sunny Day. What an idiot. Should have taken the opportunity to try and crit my Macago with Leaf Storm. Look at that, Van Boyton taking a second KO in this fight. Oh, not quite. It's so weak it couldn't even do it. Goes out to the poison though. That's really funny. And I defeated both of them. Darn, it's my fault that my Pokemon do so often. The shame from losing rejuvenate me. $33,000 for that very well executed battle, honestly. Everybody did excellently. So yeah, I'm not using another one. And yeah, those are all the battles for today. Now, if you see in front of me, you can see that there's something going on. So that's actually the next area. But I'm not going to be going inside because that's actually the final part of the game that I don't want to go to just yet. My Tauros intimidates his Pokemon with its Intimidate ability. Let's trade, Pokemon. Let's see. I want Beware. Hell no. So he wants to give me Intimidate Tauros for Kane. Not a good trade at all, in my opinion. I already have Larm. I don't need your Tauros. So this is actually the battle tree, as you can see here. Welcome to the battle tree. We carve Alola's battles into history. This is the post-game, like, battle tower equivalent. So you can go here. But what I'm here for is, if you can see behind this little flame, this little torch, you can see that there is a totem sticker. We haven't seen one of these in a long time. I've collected 97 totem stickers. I was hoping for 100, which means I'm missing 3. So the next encounter is actually going to be after 100 totem stickers. It's the totem Pokemon. It's the last encounter of the game, according to my rule set. But I only have 97 totem stickers, so I'm missing some of them, which means I need to go and find the missing ones. I was really hoping I didn't have to do that, but unfortunately I have not been as thorough as I probably should have been. So I'm gonna have to go and find these totem stickers, and then I will probably come back, and maybe in this video I'll come back and do that. So stay tuned. I'll go and I'll find the 3 remaining totem stickers before I do the encounter. Okay, boys and girls, I've returned, and I've found the 3 remaining totem stickers. In the interest of being transparent, the first one I found on the Wailord boat. That was one that I'd missed. It was sort of facing not directly towards the player, but on the y-axis, if that makes sense, along the z-axis, if that makes whatever. Hopefully you could picture that. It was not really that clear on the Wailord boat, so I was able to find that. It's in Seafolk Village. The second one was actually in the lake that was by that Tauros that I had to calm down. It is where Koman was retired, where Koman died. So I think what happened there is I just got really upset when Koman was eliminated from the Nuzlocke, and I just left the area without actually getting the totem sticker from there. So I had to fish that one out. No Roto, no more power. So I was using Roto Stealth to sort of look around and not encounter Pokemon. And this is the third and final totem sticker that's left. It's on Hanno Beach. I just sort of missed it, it seems. I've come here so many times, and I can't believe I've missed it every time I've come here. But this is the final totem sticker. So I have 99 right now, and see what happens. You've gently peeled off the totem sticker. You've got it! He's done it! 100 totem stickers, baby. All of them. This is all of the totem stickers in all of Alola. Bzz, Professor Oak wants to talk to you. Bzz, bzz, bzz. Oh, well, hello there. It's me, Samson Oak. So you've collected 100 totem stickers. Wonderful! In that case, I'll definitely be waiting to see you at HeaHea Beach. HeaHea Beach. Alright, so now he's at the beach, which is where we're supposed to go. Because you guys know what he does every time we collect the right amount of totem stickers, right? I guess for those of you who don't remember, we are about to get the final encounter of this game. Or final potential encounter, because as you guys know, I have a choice here. And this is completely on me, so I can choose what I want. I've earned it, goddammit. It's like a gift Pokemon thing. So, there you go. There he is. Oh, young Yash, I've been hoping to see you again. Seems you've collected 100 totem stickers. I told you I'd give you a special Como-O. That's as big as a real totem Pokemon once you got 100, so I guess it's yours. So that's the final totem Pokemon that you can get from Samson Oak. I'm gonna name this thing as Totem. Let me show you all the Pokedex stuff for Como-O. This is the pseudo-legendary of this game, of this generation, for those of you who don't know. I fought this in the bloody Vast Pony Canyon trial. This is exactly the same Como-O as we faced in that one. So let me show you the Pokedex entry real quick. So Como-O is the scaly Pokemon. It's dragon and fighting type. And it's got a height of 5'3", short king or queen, weighing in at 172.4 pounds. It's based off of a Komodo dragon. It battles valiantly with its fists, which are armored in steel scales. Como-O specializes in uppercuts. Ooh. Wait, steel scales? Why aren't you steel type then? You're made of steel, why aren't you steel type? Does anyone know why this is the case? Why is Como-O not steel type? I'm gonna nickname the Como-O as Totem, as I do with every other Totem Pokemon. And then I will choose. Oh. I always name a Totem Pokemon as Totem. That's just how I do it. I'm gonna send Totem. I'm gonna look at the summary. Let's see what we're working with, Totem. Oh, okay. Bold nature, minus attack. Oof, alright then. Bold nature, capable of taking hits, means defense is the highest IV. Alright, and very interesting. This thing, level 50, female. Work up, Screech, Iron Defense, and Dragon Claw. And it has the Overcoat ability, which is okay, I guess. It's not terrible. It's better in the later generations, but look at this. Protects Pokemon from things like sand, hail, and powder. For those of you who don't know what the powder stuff does, is actually much more useful in doubles, because there is a move called Rage Powder, which makes it so that it's like a follow me, but for grass types. And that's considered a powder move. So there's that, but I don't know if this is protected by Rage Powder, because Rage Powder is used on the Pokemon that used it itself. I think, but what this does do is it protects you from Sleep Powder, which is very important. Sleep Powder is extremely powerful, especially in doubles, because, you know, the game is more fast-paced. You don't get enough time to wake up from sleep as you do in singles. So it protects from sleep with Sleep Powder, and protects from paralysis with Stun Spore, protects from, I guess, poison with Poison Powder, but nobody uses Poison Powder, everyone uses Toxic. Okay, cool. So this is a potential encounter as well. I'm gonna send it to the box. And, sorry, I'm gonna fix my focus as well. My camera is the best area. Okay, cool. That doesn't mean the quest to understand precisely what the totem Pokemon are or what their auras derived from will end. Okay, I guess he just said his studies are not going to end. He's going to keep researching them. Okay, so if I don't know if I said this earlier, or maybe I'll just reiterate it. At the start of the game, when I got my first totem gift from Samson Oak, I had mentioned that I will be taking one totem Pokemon, only one, as my encounter from HeaHea Beach. Right? Because if you see here, the where location is HeaHea Beach. This is the same for every totem that I've got. I'm gonna put all of the totems side by side. So the first totem that I got was Totem Alolan Raticate. And yeah, this was the first one I got at 20 stickers. At 40 stickers, I got Totem Araquanid, which is water and bug type, careful nature. Careful is actually good nature on this because it makes a special defensive wall. The third totem I got was Salazzle. This one is completely out of contention and I cannot use it because I have had a Salandit who has since obviously retired. That was Dante. And because of the Dupe's Clause extending to the species of the Pokemon, Salazzle cannot be used. So this is eliminated, which is a kind of a shame because this is Timid Nature, which is genuinely the best nature for Salazzle. Salazzle is a special attacking fire type with very high speed. So this improves its speed even more. Whatever. I can't use Salazzle. The next Pokemon is Totem Togedemaru. This I think I got this when I don't know, like 70 totem stickers. I got Totem Togedemaru. This is naive natured with sturdy, of course, not iron barbs. Sturdy is okay, I guess. He can always take a hit if I needed to. The fifth Pokemon I got was Totem Mimikyu. This one is I got at I think 80 stickers, and yeah, level 40, Ghost Fairy type, hasty nature with a fantastically broken ability in disguise. But yeah, and then the final one, I just got that one, and that was Totem Como-O. So I need to think about who I want, right? So the reason I collected the 100 stickers was because I wanted Como-O at the beginning. That was always my plan, was to take Como-O. But the more I think about it, now that I have Salamence, I have Kimmich, right? I have Musiala, who's actually in the Poképelago right now, getting some friendship points. I have Carl, the Dragalge, who is doing the same thing. And now I have Olise as well, the Dratini. So I have a Dragonite, potentially, coming as well. And then I have Druddigon, if I need it. I have Tony here, the Druddigon. So I have a lot of dragon types. I have 5 dragon types. I don't know if I need a 6th dragon type Pokemon, especially because, like, I already have a powerful physical attacking dragon type in Kimmich. If I need some special attack, I can go to Musiala. Olise is also going to be more of a physical attacker as well. So there's that. And yeah, I mean, it could be a good fighting type option because obviously my fighting type options are slightly more limited. I have Kane, obviously. I have Badgetuber, who is my second fighting type. And I don't believe I have another fighting type. Or do I? Not really. I kind of count Pinsir as a fighting type because it has fighting type moves, but I don't think it really counts as a genuine fighting type. It's a fake fighting type. My other fighting types I think are all retired. So I have Kane and I have Badgetuber. I wonder if it'll be good to have the Como-O then, because then I have more fighting type coverage. On the other hand, my second choice, my second one that I was seriously considering was Mimikyu. It's Ghost and Fairy type, which is fantastic typing, both offensively and defensively. This thing is immune to 3 types of attacks, which is it's immune to normal, fighting, and dragon type moves. It's also got resistances against very good types as well. Fairy is resistant to Ghost is resistant to poison, and Fairy is weak to poison. So this is actually neutral to poison. So eliminating one of the weaknesses through this type synergy is actually really cool. Fairy is also very good, resisting bug, resisting fighting, resisting dark. Again, Ghost is weak to dark, and Fairy is resistant against dark. So this is actually very good type synergy once again, because I'm not taking too much damage from dark type hits. So yeah, I mean, there's that. And then in terms of Ghost type coverage, I have Dimichaelis. Doesn't really count because this is just a phantom. It doesn't really count. It was good for its time. You know, early to mid game, this is actually a very good encounter. But it can't evolve it. It's not really powerful. Don't use Dimichaelis late on. So this doesn't count. The other ghost types I have are Altentop, the Chandelier, who's my special attacking extraordinaire. And then I have Manzukij the Jealous, and the more defensive of my ghost types, the Water and Ghost. Both of these are special attackers. Mimikyu is a physical attacker. Along with that, my fairy type coverage is a bit weird. I have Tiago the Klefki. I have Salihamidzic, who is also a fairy type. And this is pure fairy type. And I think that's about it, right? Do I have... Oh, I have Frings the Ribombi. That's a third fairy type. So this would be more of a ghost type coverage option. And I don't have a physical attacking ghost type. And I have a lot of dragons. So... Damn, this is a tough decision. But yeah, I'm down to Komo-O and Mimikyu. Down to these two. And let me check Mimikyu's stats again, actually. Okay, high physical defense. Physical defense, none of the defenses matter with Mimikyu because it's a fast attacking type Pokemon, so there's that. Komo-O's stats are just so good. But it has a minus attacking nature, which means I might need to use its special attack. Which I don't want to, because I want to give this thing Drain Punch. To be fair, its attack is still higher than its special attack if you look at it. I think given the fights that I do have, I think Mimikyu is the best option. Because I have about 7 or 8 fights still left in this whole game. And for the majority of them, I think Mimikyu is... It fits better than Komo-O. So, all that to say that I didn't need to collect the 100 stickers. I could have got this by the 80th one. So that's what I'm gonna do. Mimikyu is the encounter, ladies and gentlemen. This is my final encounter in the game. So yeah, I'm gonna go with this, and you guys know what that means. The wheel will be back for the very last time. I'll be back soon. Okay guys, I'm back with the wheel, and this is the final time we're gonna see this wheel, because this is for the last ever encounter in this game. And I know there's only one name on the list, on the wheel, so this may seem like a little bit of a farce, but I thought, you know, every time I have an encounter, I've whipped out the wheel, and it's only fitting I whip it out one last time for this run. So without further ado, we already know who it is. I'm still gonna spin it just for the lols. So let's spin it. And we have... Who do we have? Ooh! It's Gerd Muller, everybody. This player, I can't believe this is the last name on the list. It's quite possibly also the greatest name on the list as well. Gerd Muller's importance to Bayern Munich cannot be understated or overstated in any way possible. He was by far the greatest goal scorer that Bayern Munich have ever seen in their entire history. And this club's been around since like 1900. He played for Bayern from 1964 all the way up to the end of the 1979 season, so 15 years of service. And he has been known as the greatest goal poacher of all time, as mentioned by Gary Lineker, a legendary English striker himself. And the greatest defender of all time, Franz Beckenbauer, who was a teammate of Gerd Muller during this time, had mentioned that in training he just never had a chance against him, and that Gerd Muller was the most important player that Bayern Munich have ever had and quite possibly will ever have. He was he was a short kind of player in terms of his play style. He was short, he was stocky, he was strong, even though he was short. And because of that, he had a low center of gravity, making him really fast in terms of acceleration, change of direction. His intelligence and goal poaching skills were second to none. Right place, right time, that was Gerd Muller in a nutshell. But not just that, he also had amazing finishing ability with both feet because he had great technique, and would also score a bunch of headers as well. Just because he was so good positionally, he was able to beat defenders who were much taller than him in the air. And he was very strong, of course. He won absolutely everything. He has won 4 Bundesliga titles, 4 DFB Pokals. He's also a 3-time Champions League winner. Not only that, but he's also the winner of the 1974 FIFA World Cup with Germany. So he won the World Cup, and he's also a European champion in 1976, where he won with Germany as well. In addition to that, he has, I think the crowning achievement of his career is that he was once named the best player in the world, as he won the Ballon d'Or in 1970. So his career is absolutely glittering with accomplishments and amazing goals. In the time that he was at Bayern Munich, he made 607 appearances for Bayern Munich and scored 565 goals. That's crazy. Almost more than halfway to 1,000 goals for Bayern Munich alone. Incredible career, incredible player. And also, he has the distinction of being the only player other than Lionel Messi, the GOAT of football. Sorry, Ronaldo fans. That he's the only other player to have won the Champions League, the World Cup, the Ballon d'Or, and the European Golden Shoe, which is given to the player who had the most goals in a single year for any European team. So, yeah, I mean, what's left to say? But Mimikyu has possibly the most gigantic boots to fill in the history of our squad, in all of our squad. And it's only fitting that we close out the wheel picking process with quite possibly the greatest player that's ever played for Bayern Munich, Gerd Muller. God rest his soul. I'm gonna name Mimikyu after Gerd Muller, and I'll be back when I do it. Okay, everybody, I've returned, nicknaming the Mimikyu as Gerd Muller. You've already seen the screen, but I will show you the screen with the nickname as well. As you can see, it says Gerd Muller. I was thankfully able to spell it out properly because I didn't want to name him Muller again, because then we have 2 Mullers. One is Thomas Muller, one is Gerd Muller. So I just decided that I could fit it, and so I was going to have Gerd Muller. One thing I did make a mistake on is he won the European Championship in 1972, not 1976. In addition to that, I did forget to mention that he is the main striker in Bayern's all-time 11 that was created in 2005 or 2007 or something. And I think even if we create an all-time 11 now, Gerd Muller will be part of that team as well. So I'm gonna show you, obviously you can see the moveset with Feint Attack, Charm, Slash, and Shadow Claw. This is Hasty Natured, so minus defense plus speed, which is mixed bag. You know, Jolly or Adamant would obviously be the best thing, but this is okay. One of the best things about Mimikyu is its ability, quite possibly the best thing about it, you know, and that's Disguise. In Gen 7, once per battle, the shroud that covers the Pokemon can protect it from an attack. This manifests in a way that Mimikyu can always take one hit, no matter what. And not even in a focus sash kind of way, because if your Pokemon goes down to sash, it only has 1 HP. But with Disguise in Generation 7 only, Mimikyu's Disguise is broken and it can still stay at full health. It's at full HP. So then it takes still, you know, a couple hits for it to be actually taken down, which is excellent. So it was so broken, actually, this ability, that they modified it in Generation 8, where once Mimikyu's Disguise was broken, it lost 25% of its health. So, you know, nerfing it a little bit, I guess, but this is going to be a great Pokemon. Obviously, I have a lot of training for this to do. It's only at level 40, and I need to bring it all the way up to level 63, and also EV train this thing, so I'm going to be doing that. But yeah, I'll end it there. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Goodbye. Take care. And I shall see you on the flip side. Bye.